In today's media landscape, it's common for celebrities to openly come out as gay, but that hasn't always been the norm. Many well-known gay celebrities spent their entire lives keeping their sexual orientation private. These are gay celebrities who never came out publicly. Number 15. Dirk Bogard was a British actor, novelist, and screenwriter. Initially a matinee idol in the 1950s, he starred in popular films like Doctor in the House. He later gained critical acclaim for complex roles in The Servant, 1963, Death in Venice, 1971, and Victim, 1961, the latter breaking ground for its portrayal of LGBTQ+ themes. Bogard transitioned to a successful writing career, penning several novels and memoirs celebrated for their wit and insight. Dirk Bogard was known to be gay, but he never spoke publicly about his sexuality. He was in a long-term relationship with Anthony Forward. Number 14. Randolph Scott was an iconic American actor renowned for his roles in Western films. Born in Orange County, Virginia, he grew up in North Carolina and later studied engineering at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. After serving in World War I, Scott transitioned to acting in the late 1920s. Initially appearing in a variety of genres, Scott became synonymous with westerns in the 1940s and 1950s, starring in films like Ride the High Country, 7 Men from Now, and The Tall T. With his rugged good looks, stoic demeanor, and moral authority, he embodied the quintessential cowboy hero. Scott retired in 1962 after a highly successful career spanning over 100 films. Randolph Scott was believed to be gay, but he did not speak publicly about his sexuality. He was believed to be in a relationship with Carrie Grant for many years. Number 13. Raymond Burr was a Canadian-American actor best known for his iconic television roles as defense attorney Perry Mason in Perry Mason, 1957 to 1966, and as the wheelchair-bound detective in Ironside, 1967 to 1975. Burr's commanding presence, deep voice, and ability to project gravitas made him a beloved figure in American television history. Born in New Westminster, British Columbia, Burr initially pursued acting in theater and film, appearing in noir classics like Rear Window, 1954, and A Place in the Sun, 1951, often playing villains or intense supporting roles. His career shifted dramatically with Perry Mason, where his portrayal of the sharp and ethical lawyer became a defining role. Raymond Burr actually made up stories about a fake marriage to a woman who died and who also had a child who died, to cover up the fact that he was gay. Number 12. Laurence Olivier was a towering figure in 20th century theater and cinema, celebrated as one of the greatest actors of all time. Born in Dorking, England, Olivier displayed prodigious talent from a young age, studying at the Central School of Speech and Drama. He rose to prominence on the British stage in the 1930s with his Shakespearean performances, earning acclaim for his intensity, technical mastery, and versatility. Olivier transitioned seamlessly to film, delivering landmark performances in adaptations of Hamlet, 1948, Henry V, 1944, and Richard III, 1955, many of which he also directed. Hamlet earned him Academy Awards for Best Actor and Best Picture, making him the first actor to achieve this dual honor. He excelled in diverse roles, from Wuthering Heights, 1939, to Marathon Man, 1976. His personal life, including his tumultuous marriage to actress Vivien Leigh, often paralleled the drama of his work. Olivier was knighted in 1947 and later made a life peer, becoming Baron Olivier of Brighton. Many of Laurence Olivier's biographers have written that the actor was gay. He was married to 3 different women throughout his life and never spoke publicly about his sexuality. Number 11. Joel Crothers was an American actor best known for his work in soap operas, particularly Dark Shadows and The Edge of Night. Born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and raised in New York City, Crothers began acting at an early age, making his Broadway debut as a child in The Innocents. He gained recognition for his role as Joe Haskell, a sympathetic and level-headed character, in the Gothic soap opera Dark Shadows, 1966 to 1971. Crothers became a mainstay of daytime television with long-running roles in The Edge of Night as Dr. Miles Cavanaugh and later in Somerset and Santa Barbara. His performances were noted for their warmth, sincerity, and emotional depth, endearing him to audiences. Joel Crothers was gay, but he tried to hide his sexuality from the public. He even attempted to conceal the fact that he was gay by becoming engaged to his friend, actress Velika Gray. Crothers died of AIDS-related lymphoma on November 6, 1985. Number 10. Paul Lynde was a celebrated American comedian, actor, and television personality, renowned for his sharp wit, flamboyant style, and impeccable comedic timing. Born in Mount Vernon, Ohio, Lynde studied drama at Northwestern University, where he honed his theatrical talents before heading to New York City to pursue a career in show business. Lynde gained early recognition with his scene-stealing role in the Broadway musical Bye Bye Birdie, 1960, and its 1963 film adaptation, where he played the harried father, Harry McAfee. His distinct, sardonic humor made him a favorite on television, most notably as the center squab on the game show Hollywood Squares. His quick, innuendo-laden one-liners became his trademark, solidifying his place as a pop culture icon. He also appeared in numerous TV sitcoms, including his recurring role as Uncle Arthur, the mischievous warlock, on Bewitched. Despite his public persona as a comedic powerhouse, Lynde's personal life was marked by struggles with substance abuse and maintaining privacy regarding his sexuality in a less accepting era. Though most people knew that he was gay, Paul Lynde never commented on his sexuality. He was once arrested outside a gay bar in the 1970s for being drunk in public. Lynde passed away at the age of 55, but his unique humor and vibrant performances continued to be celebrated in the world of comedy. Number 9. Roddy McDowall was a British-American actor and director whose career spanned over 7 decades, making him one of Hollywood's most versatile and beloved figures. Born in London, McDowall began acting at a young age, making his film debut at 9 in Murder in the Cathedral, 1937. His early work in British films, including How Green Was My Valley, 1941, earned him a reputation as a talented child actor. McDowall's most iconic role came in the Planet of the Apes series, where he portrayed Cornelius, an intelligent ape, in the original films from the late 1960s and early 1970s. His involvement in the franchise continued with later sequels and a television series. However, his acting range was not limited to one genre. McDowall appeared in various films, including Cleopatra, 1963, The Poseidon Adventure, 1972, and The Longest Day, 1962, and worked extensively on television. Roddy McDowall never spoke publicly about his sexuality, but many biographers have noted that he was gay. McDowall passed away from cancer at the age of 70. Number 8. William Haynes was a popular American actor and silent film star known for his charming personality and good looks. Born in Staunton, Virginia, Haynes rose to fame in the 1920s and 1930s, becoming one of the most successful leading men in Hollywood. He was known for his athletic build, engaging screen presence, and ability to portray a variety of roles, including comedic and dramatic characters. He appeared in numerous films, including Tell It to the Marines, 1926, The Speedway, 1929, and Brown of Harvard, 1930, and was widely praised for his work. However, his career took a significant turn in the early 1930s when MGM executives demanded he change his public persona to better fit the studio's image of an all-American, heterosexual leading man. Haynes, who had been openly gay for years, refused to comply with these demands. As a result, his career with MGM was effectively ended, and he was let go by the studio in 1934. Instead of leaving Hollywood altogether, Haynes transitioned to a successful career as an interior designer. He became one of the most sought-after designers in Los Angeles, working with major celebrities like Joan Crawford and Marion Davies. Though William Haynes never officially came out, he also didn't really hide the fact that he was gay. Number 7. Montgomery Clift was an American actor known for his intense performances and groundbreaking contributions to Hollywood's golden age. Born in Omaha, Nebraska, Clift began his career in theater before making his film debut in 1948. His early performances quickly gained recognition for their emotional depth and complexity, setting him apart from the more traditional leading men of the time. Clift's breakout role came in Red River, 1948. Directed by Howard Hawks, where he starred opposite John Wayne. His performance as a sensitive and troubled young man was a stark contrast to the typical Western hero, and he quickly became one of Hollywood's most promising stars. He went on to appear in a string of notable films, including A Place in the Sun, 1951, for which he earned an Academy Award nomination, From Here to Eternity, 1953, and Judgment at Nuremberg, 1961. Clift's career, however, was marred by personal struggles, particularly after a near-fatal car accident in 1956, which left him physically and emotionally scarred. The accident led to a series of health issues, and his physical appearance and mental health deteriorated, impacting his career. A complex and deeply private person, Clift's sexuality was a closely guarded secret during his lifetime, though it is now acknowledged that he was gay. Montgomery Clift was gay and had a relationship with Jerome Robbins. Clift never came out as being gay or even bisexual. He died at the age of 45 from a heart attack. Number 6. Liberace was an American pianist, singer, and entertainer known for his flamboyant style, extravagant stage presence, and unparalleled showmanship. Born Vladziu Valentino Liberace in West Allis, Wisconsin, he displayed musical talent at a young age and quickly rose to fame in the 1940s. Liberace was a classically trained pianist, but he became famous for his unique blend of classical music with pop, creating a glamorous, over-the-top persona that captivated audiences. Liberace's career skyrocketed in the 1950s and 1960s, thanks in large part to his television appearances, where his performances were marked by lavish costumes, ornate candelabras, and glitzy pianos. He became a household name with his TV show The Liberace Show and his extravagant live performances. Known for wearing rhinestone-studded outfits, capes, and playing piano concertos with flair, Liberace was dubbed Mr. Showmanship. His ability to entertain diverse audiences, from high society to mainstream families, made him a beloved figure in popular culture. Despite his public image, Liberace kept his personal life private, particularly his sexuality. For many years, rumors circulated about his relationships with men, but he steadfastly denied them in public, even filing a famous lawsuit in the 1950s against a London newspaper that implied he was gay. It wasn't until after his death that the full extent of his relationships and sexuality became more widely understood. Number 5. Anthony Perkins was an American actor best known for his iconic portrayal of Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, 1960. Born in New York City, Perkins came from a show business family, with his mother being an actress and his father a noted stage performer. He studied acting at Columbia University before beginning his career in the theater and films during the early 1950s. Perkins initially gained fame for his role in the Broadway production of Tea and Sympathy, 1953, before transitioning to Hollywood. He appeared in films such as Friendly Persuasion, 1956, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. However, it was his portrayal of the deeply disturbed Norman Bates in Psycho that cemented his place in cinematic history. His portrayal of Bates, a seemingly mild-mannered motel owner with a hidden dark side, became one of the most memorable performances in horror film history. Outside of his horror roles, Perkins had a varied career in film and television, including notable roles in The Trial, 1962, Murder on the Orient Express, 1974, and The Black Hole, 1979. Despite his fame, Perkins' personal life was largely private, though it became known later in his life that he was openly gay. He died in 1992 from complications related to AIDS. Number 4. Robert Reed was an American actor best known for his role as Mike Brady, the father in the beloved TV sitcom The Brady Bunch, 1969 to 1974. Born in Highland Park, Illinois, Reed studied acting at Northwestern University before going on to pursue a career in theater and television. His early work included roles in live television dramas, and he quickly gained recognition for his strong, reliable presence on screen. Reed's career reached its peak with The Brady Bunch, where he portrayed the patriarch of a blended family. The show, which initially received mixed reviews, became a cultural touchstone over time and is considered one of the most iconic family sitcoms of all time. Despite his success on The Brady Bunch, Reed's career was filled with ups and downs. He was a highly skilled actor, trained in classical theater, and he often found himself frustrated by the limitations of his TV roles. He continued to work in television and theater after The Brady Bunch, including guest spots on shows like The Defenders and Murder, She Wrote, as well as some TV movies and stage performances. Reed's personal life was marked by his closeted homosexuality, which he kept hidden during the height of his fame, especially given the period's attitudes toward LGBTQ+ individuals. Reed passed away in 1992 from colon cancer, and after his death, it was revealed that he had been in a long-term relationship with a man, a fact that was kept secret during his lifetime. Number 3. Rock Hudson was an American actor who became one of the biggest stars of Hollywood's golden age, known for his suave, handsome appearance and his roles in romantic comedies and dramas. Born Roy Harold Scherer Jr. in Winnetka, Illinois, Hudson served in the U.S. Navy during World War II before transitioning to a career in acting. He signed with Universal Pictures in the early 1950s and adopted the name Rock Hudson, which helped shape his public persona as a leading man. Hudson's breakthrough role came with the film Magnificent Obsession, 1954, and he soon became a top box office draw, starring in a string of successful films such as All That Heaven Allows, 1955, Giant, 1956, and Pillow Talk, 1959. His collaborations with Doris Day in romantic comedies, like Pillow Talk, Lover Come Back, 1961, and Send Me No Flowers, 1964, known for his charm and effortless appeal. While Hudson was known for his roles in light-hearted films, he also showed his range in more dramatic roles, such as his Academy Award-nominated performance in Giant alongside Elizabeth Taylor and James Dean. Despite his public image as the quintessential leading man, Hudson struggled with his private life, particularly his sexuality. He was one of the most famous closeted gay actors in Hollywood, carefully maintaining a heterosexual image in public, often seen with women in staged relationships. This aspect of his life remained hidden from the public until 1985, when Hudson revealed he was gay shortly before his death from complications related to AIDS. Number 2. Freddie Mercury was a British singer, songwriter, and the charismatic lead vocalist of the legendary rock band Queen. Born Farrokh Bulsara in Zanzibar, now part of Tanzania, to Parsi Indian parents, he spent much of his early life in India before moving with his family to England in his teens. He attended art school and began his musical career in London, forming Queen in 1970 with guitarist Brian May, drummer Roger Taylor, and bassist John Deacon. Mercury's extraordinary vocal range and theatrical stage presence made him one of the most dynamic and influential performers in rock history. He was known for his ability to seamlessly blend genres, from rock and opera to pop and funk, creating anthems that transcended musical boundaries. Queen's hits, such as Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, Somebody to Love, and Don't Stop Me Now, showcased Mercury's powerful voice and unique songwriting. Despite his public bravado, Mercury was known to be deeply private about his personal life, particularly regarding his sexuality. He was in a long-term relationship with Mary Austin, a woman he called his greatest love, but also had relationships with men. His sexuality remained a closely guarded secret for much of his life, and he publicly revealed his diagnosis of AIDS just a day before his death in 1991. Number 1. Carrie Grant was a British-American actor and one of the most beloved and versatile stars of Hollywood's golden age. Born Archibald Alec Leach in Bristol, England, he initially pursued a career in comedy before moving to the United States in the 1930s. Grant's charm, sophisticated appearance, and impeccable comedic timing quickly earned him a place in Hollywood, where he became a leading man known for his suave demeanor and remarkable range, both in comedy and drama. Grant's breakthrough came with his role in The Awful Truth, 1937, a screwball comedy that showcased his charm and wit. This performance helped establish him as a major star, and he went on to become one of Hollywood's most bankable actors. Throughout the 1940s and 1950s, Grant starred in a string of hit films, including His Girl Friday, 1940, Philadelphia Story, 1940, Notorious, 1946, To Catch a Thief, 1955, and North by Northwest, 1959, the latter directed by Alfred Hitchcock. His collaborations with Hitchcock, particularly in Notorious and North by Northwest, cemented his status as a master of both comedy and suspense. Off-screen, Grant was famously private about his personal life. His romantic relationships were often the subject of public speculation. Though he was married 5 times to 5 different women, many people believed that Carrie Grant was actually gay. He lived with actor Randolph Scott on and off for over a decade. He was also rumored to have hired male prostitutes. Grant retired from acting in the early 1960s, but continued to be a cultural icon until his death in 1986.